Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rag Plays Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. You may have noticed a bit of a scenery change since our last session. I think it would be best to explain where we are in the series with a little theater of mind. I hope you'll indulge me, as I think it'll be a good idea to get us all up to speed again, as it has been some time. Blame it on the wacky East Coast weather, I guess. Next portion of this is going to be a little bit of a scripted role-play session, so if you're not into that, you might want to tune out, for the first 3 or 4 minutes, we'll say. That's just how this LP is. It's what I wanted to do going into it, and that's what I'm going to do. So, when we last left off, our trio of friends were winding their way back through the streets of the lower city, and upon reaching an all-too-familiar watering hole, Karth put forward a good idea. The three had done good work today, and there was no point in madly rushing back to the Sith base now. Evening had set in, and by the time they would reach the upper city, Janice's shop would be long past the point of closing. Therefore, what better time could there be for a few nightcaps? Bastila, of course, was quick to protest the idea, but Telemachus reminded her this may be the last time that they ever got a chance to spend a moment like this together again. All that they had fought through up to this point would be a joke next to the Sith dug in and fortified in their own base. Besides, it's 2 votes to 1 anyway. She had no choice. No sooner had they received their drinks and taken their seats did Bastila begin to sense a dramatic change in the atmosphere of the bar. Mac noticed it too. Hushed tones, frantic whispers, an air of excitement? Or was it apprehension? Whatever it was, one thing was clear. He had never before seen the normally boisterous patrons of Javiar's cantina quite so perturbed, and it made him uneasy as some began to scurry about. Telemachus's eyes fixated on the shot-filled walls, and just for a moment he considered the possibility that he hadn't been quite as thorough as he thought when dealing with the Vulkars. The fear was, perhaps, certain stragglers were still hiding in plain sight, having dreams of grandeur, to take everything from the man that took all from them, and exact bloody revenge for Brejik. The tension kept growing as a small crowd began to slip in and gather around the three. And just like that, a sigh of relief, followed by exultation as a gaggle of people all clamored and shoved each other for the privilege, nay the pleasure, to be the first to shake the hand of Telemachus, King of the Ring Riken, winner of the great Teresian swoop opener, and peacemaker of the Beck-Volkar gang war. Food and drink were brought to them, gifts and small tokens of gratitude were given freely. It was as if the entire lower city had come out to pay tribute to their champions, and Mac, ever humble, was more than happy to recant to them all the tales of his various exploits in excruciating detail, with no word of exaggeration, naturally. It seemed even on worlds like Terrace, where today's big story so quickly becomes yesterday's news, Telemachus was still very much the man of the hour. It's just a shame that no one ever told him that being man of the hour meant a lot of paperwork, as the never-ending stream of autograph requests began to take their toll, with Karth looking on bemusedly, and Bastila feigning disinterest. He was sure. It didn't matter, though, for now he was in his glory, a real hero of the people. As the night wore on and dawn was approaching, the requests became fewer and fewer. Raucous voices lowered and slowly spoke softly amongst themselves again, until one by one the familiar faces began to slink away back into the night to whatever homes or holes they possessed, satisfied with their time in the spotlight. With Bastila now meditating, or else asleep for all he could tell, and Karth enveloped in writing what could be the very last entry in the Endar Spire's logbook, Telemachus is left in silence, with only his thoughts as company. And here we are, back in the present. So I hope you all liked that little intro. I took some time to write that during the downtime between being too tired from plowing mountains of snow and some other events that have happened. I won't go into those, but so what is Mac thinking about right now? Well, Basilisk snoozes away, can't be represented in the game, and Karth pens an essay in the old logbook. I think his mind would be firmly on the conversation that he had shared with Bastila and Karth earlier that afternoon as they were approaching the cantina. Mandalorian Wars seem to have had a long-reaching effect on many people, affecting all three of our heroes in different ways, but no less important, I suppose. I remember on another YouTuber's KotOR 2 Let's Play, actually, somebody made the poignant point in the comments that it was basically this galaxy's Vietnam. Lots of changes, social upheaval, that sort of thing. It was a lot to process at the time, and I don't feel like I really addressed it properly, exactly what his thoughts were in regards to Bastila's thoughts and Karth's thoughts. I think Telemachus is more in line with Karth's opinion on this. I went into that a little bit, but Bastila hasn't seen the things that Telemachus has, and for that matter, Karth hasn't either. She has never seen the tyranny of good men who are pushed just a little too far down on the ground. Karth was privileged enough to be able to sit up in the comfort of his destroyer or dreadnought or whatever the hell he was flying at the time. Bastila kind of made the point that they should have just waited and see what would happen, and that's a weak position to take when you are being invaded by an enemy. When you're being invaded, it calls for swift and decisive action, and the Republic could definitely not afford to allow its member worlds to just be swept up by marauding Mandalorians. Mandalorians, for anyone who don't know, are kind of the Star Wars version of Spartans slash Vikings and Mongols, kind of a mix of all those cultures. They're a warrior culture, and they like to raid, and they're all about combats, somewhat similar to Klingons. They have interesting ideas of honor, and generally keep their promises, but they're usually on the side of the baddies for the most part. If they're not in league with the Sith, they're usually not far off, so he gets where Bastila is coming from. He gets why the Masters might have wanted to sit it out and wait for a while, but they really didn't have the luxury of that. Simultaneously, he thinks back on some of the things he did, some awful things. A lot of mercy and kindness was kind of banned from his heart as he had to retake certain worlds that shouldn't have fallen in the first place, and he really wasn't kind with the native populaces there. He more fell in line with Revan and Malak's line of thinking, and he looked up to both of them. And he's having a hard time squaring that with himself now, knowing what he knows now about Malak's actions in particular, but maybe even Revan's as well. He kind of refuses to want to believe it, but I kind of made the decision that, okay, it's kind of undeniable the Sith are evil at this point, but really the only thing we have seen, I think, in regards to the Sith thus far, is them shaking down an alien who was here illegally and basically blowing his head off because he lipped off to them. It's not anything beyond things that Telemachus saw while he was serving under Malak's command in lieu of Revan being off and doing something else. This is the type of thing that some would turn away from and ignore, and it was sort of a don't ask, don't tell, mind your own business. We do what has to be done as the justification, but it's never really sat right with him, and he's having a hard time squaring it. He's still, I think, not sure whether he believes these Sith are actually Sith, or whether they are just a whether this is a schism in the Republic itself, whether this is a civil war. As far as the Jedi are concerned, he doesn't understand for the life of them why they wouldn't back up Revan and Malak. Maybe all of this could have been prevented. Karth was closer to the truth in that if the Council had supported Revan and Malak and at least not declared them sort of persona non grata during the wars, maybe none of this would have happened, or maybe things could have turned out differently. He really wants to get to the bottom of this Force sensitivity because he's kind of interested. He's not gonna lie. He doesn't know much about the Jedi in terms of the religion side of it. He knows a lot about their history, their fights with the Sith. He knows that the Sith are a faction that he would oppose just out of principle anyway. But he's bothered by the fact that that the Jedi seemingly didn't care about their own and maybe allowed them to suffer, to bear that burden all on their own when they should have had the support of the Council. He wants to get to the bottom of that, and to do that, you know, Bastila is his clear shot, and yeah, he's ready to find out more about his destiny. So with that out of the way, what's the plan for today's episode? Well, we've got several things we need to do. I've pretty much made the decision. It's really early in the morning or late at night from your perspective right now, and the three of them are going to slink back to their apartment, probably via fast travel, I would think. I'm going to have to nudge Bastila awake and pick up Karth and tell him it's time to go. So, first things first, I should mention a couple of things that have changed. I did some gambling in between episodes as kind of the representation of the Undercity coming out, or the Lower City coming out and showering us with gifts. And we're up to 4,400 credits. I figure that's enough because we're going to have to blow about 2,000-ish on the droid. So, along with that, we'll probably have about $2,000 left when all is said and done. We're going to buy a couple of things. We have a couple of things to buy in the Upper City. And, this Hero of the Swoop Race makes an appearance to brighten our day in the Stingy Cantina. People all over the Lower City are talking about your glorious victory. Yeah, I know. I didn't know he actually acknowledged this either. No idea, I've never seen this dialogue before. Well, I never much cared for the Swoop Race myself. I guess that's why I sell Prazak cards. You need some cards to augment your deck? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was saying, I was contemplating on buying one of these, because I think we only have 1+1/-1 card, but I don't know if I really need that badly. Yeah, hell with it. I guess I'll buy it before I go. Just one. Just gonna go to check if that is indeed the one I needed. If it isn't, I'm gonna reload.
Back again!
Alright, looks like we've got everything we need from Uriah, and we are ready to go. So I'm gonna switch off solo mode so that my party members will follow. And let's head out of here. I was gonna take the fast travel, wasn't I? That's probably for the best. Very, very late. Guess our party will probably sleep the day off, and head out in the evening, basically. Let's return to the hideout. Before we do that, there is something I want to buy, and I'll probably drop it off with Mission before we go. Laram, I need to see what you have in stock. What was it? We want our sound dampening stealth unit. That is very important. Let's buy that. There's only one of them. I was recalling earlier in the game that we might need that particular item for a quest, oddly enough. Make sure we don't have anything else to sell. Oh, by the way, Bastila's robe here. Never did read the description, I don't think. Defense bonus of 5, wisdom of +5. This robe was gifted by the Jedi Council to Bastila after her successful assault on Darth Revan's flagship. It's the one we saw at the beginning of the game. Military suits. I don't think I'm going to need this many. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of one of those. Just keep the one in spare. Probably don't need that either. These pistols. Mission currently has a heavy blaster on her, so I'm going to actually get rid of one of these. Because that one will replace the others. We got a lot of grenades still. I took my headgear off to make that a little bit more personal. I suppose I'll put that back on now, so I don't forget. It's one of the things I don't like about KotOR is the bloody, the bloody headgear. I could have installed a mod to get rid of it, but I've come up with a somewhat of a different solution. It doesn't work for this particular piece because it still has the face available. I kind of wish it did. Admittedly, this thing looks like he's wearing a gaming headset with the with the strap over his eyes. It's kind of weird. Are you guys following? You don't seem like you're following. Anyway, we need to head back into the hideout, TM, the apartment. That dialogue option with mission, it turns out, as I found out earlier, is she refuses to talk to us about anything anyway.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
So I'll just demonstrate it now. I want to talk to you about your brother.
I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need?
Nope, I just want to fix your equipment.
Have it your way.
I got a gift for you, Mission. And by the way, if you want this, you have to promise whatever happens to us in the Sith base. We may not come out of there alive. You're a smart girl. Take this money, take all the money we have. He's going to leave all this money here. 4,000 credits. Zalbar, in fact, I'm going to make that girl get an education. She is too smart to be wasting her life away scavenging on the streets. She needs to go become a professional hacker or something with her skills. A demo girl. She can make a fortune. If you know this whole thing with the Republic doesn't work out, Mission, talk to the Sith. They'll hire you. Don't worry. Hire you off the street. You just need a degree. Get yourself a trade. Anyway. What was I doing? I put my headgear back on. The one I wanted to look at mission stuff. Mission has a cardio regulator equipped. I'm going to actually put this sound dampening stealth unit on her. And we're going to give her the Arcanian pistol as her gift. And ups her damage up a little bit. I don't think I got anything for Zalbar, and I'm still not going to give him anything. Mission, though, I think we're going to want that energy shield. So, sorry. We're going to take that off of you for now. Everybody else seems to be fine. I'm just clicking between them, aren't I? Bastila and myself. Good. She's got a new pistol that is not showing up for reasons. Let's see if we can make it show up by doing this. Do we have any upgrades? That's another thing I need to check. Lightsaber, probably not. Zalbar's. Bendax blaster, that's all good. Our melee weapons. It has been some time, forgive me, everyone. But I need to check our equipment before we go mumbling in there. Alright, that looks good. And there's a missions blaster in all its glory. Let's take a look at that. Nice. Kind of a bluish color. Almost matches the rest of her getup. I was about to say her face as well, but that's highly insensitive. Anyway. What's our journal looking like? Bastila has told you that she sees signs of the Force acting through you, however she was reluctant to speculate. Yep. Been through that. Terrace purchasing a droid, escaping Terrace and Karth. Saul Karath, he seems reluctant to talk about it right now. That's fine. And let's get out of here. We'll take Bastila and Karth. That is the part of configuration we want. I don't know why I always check my map, but I do. Now the door's here. Nervous that I still hadn't found my way around after all of these years playing this game. I shouldn't need a map at this point. But I'm gonna check it, out of habit, every time. Do we need anything from Zelka's or Kebla's? I don't think so. I'm gonna actually just go and double check just once more to soothe my conscience. Conscience. That's the word. Hello, Kebla.
Hey, look who's back! The mysterious stranger. You know, I had a front row seat when you gunned down Bendick Starkiller. Best duel I've ever seen.
Damn right.
If times weren't so tough, I'd give you a discount, seeing as how you're a big celebrity and all. But with the Sith occupation, I can barely afford to keep the doors open.
No worries, Kebla. It's all business. Even friends have to stay in business. Let's see what you got for sale.
Because of the Sith quarantine, I haven't been able to stock any new inventory, but I've still got some nice items you might be interested in.
Nito Bandito. Is that Ritual Brand calling our names again? Not anything I want. The Sith sniper rifle is tempting, but 1,500 credits, I don't think so. If I had more dedication, I would have ground for that, but ooh, nah, I don't think so. By the way, I never really did collect the money from Largo. Meh. I could have added it via the thing. That would have been a pretty good set of headgear for mission. It's not worth it, though. Stealth skill at +4, and she's already really good at stealth anyway. Ah, Laram fleeced us by 20 credits. Disgusting. Could buy more mines for cheesing it. I don't think we're going to need them at this point. Anyway, that's all good. I should have known. Just figured I'd check, just to make sure. Still have our level up. But as I say, it's not overly important. Screw it, I'll check Zelka as well. I think we already have when we went down here, but again, it has been like 2 weeks since I've recorded, so...
Welcome to my medical facility. Do you require healing or treatment? I can treat almost any ailment right here at the facility. I even have a cure for the rat ghoul disease now, thanks to you.
Actually, you don't,
With the
because I
sample
bought
you
it.
brought me, I've been able to extract hundreds of vials that will cure this horrible affliction. Of course, I sell them at a very reasonable price.
Reasonable?
Just enough to cover the cost of processing the sample.
Yeah, well, you know what? I do want to see what you have for sale. That is not worth the money, it's just poison and immunity mind affecting. This is a really good... the hell are these things called? Implants. Yeah, it's a really good implant for this effect, because mind affecting really sucks when you get hit by it. But it is 500 credits, and I know there's going to be things I'm going to want once we get off a terrace, so can't do it, can't justify the cost. We'll probably find one anyway in our journeys. Head to the Upper City North, and we also have to buy that bloody droid and whatever upgrades that we might want with it. And that's another damn thing I forgot too. Buying droid upgrades. Gross. That's gonna be expensive. Are you guys twins? Oh, yeah, the carbon copying of NPCs in this era of PC and console gaming it's pretty bad, but there's not much you can do about it. I've learned to live with it over the years. Alright, so here we are. There's the little guy, T3M4. somewhat of an R2-D2 noise. Janice Null.
Hachu apanki.
I heard Mendak Starkiller finally met his match. I can't say I'm surprised. He was getting on in years. People start to lose their edge as they get older. That's the nice thing about droids. A yearly maintenance check and a few replacement parts here and there, and they can last forever. This is true. Okay. Canderous said you'd sell me the T3M4 droid to me. That is bad grammar. Canderous said you'd sell the T3M4 droid to me. Oh, Canderous sent you. Well, why didn't you say so? Okay, the droid is ready. You can have it for 2,000 credits. Wow, that's expensive. You give me that droid for free or Davik will close the shop down. Honestly, Canderous is a pretty smart guy. Smart fellow, Canderous. He probably pocketed the money that Davik gave him to buy this droid. You figure he's probably killing two birds in one stone. Yeah, you know, we'll get off a terrace and make a cool $2,000 while I'm at it. Would I pay for this? She's only asking 2,000 credits. But it is an outrageous price. I'm not going to pay for it if I can get away with it. Bloody Mandalorians. That price is outrageous. I'll give you half. Half. If you're trying to rob me, why not just stick a blaster in my face? On the other hand, I do want to stay on Davik's good side. Tell you what, he's yours for 1,500. Well, we talked her down by 25%. I guess it'll have to do. It's a deal. Wow, look at you, big spender. She knows. Okay, the T3M4 is yours. Pleasure doing business with you. A real pleasure. Yeah, that bloody markup. T3M4 has joined our party, and we actually do need him for now, so I'm going to remove Karth just temporarily. No. I'm going to add the droid. Already we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9 party members. It's not bad. Okay. Journal entry added. Credits lost. 1,500. Ouch. Experience points received. 250. Looks like T3 has leveled up. Another character I almost never use. He's got something cool. That's a nice little touch, you know. They could have just made it, I don't know. You know, like regular colored, regular screened, and nobody would have thought any different. But the fact they put like a little static filter over it and made it black and white, it's pretty cool. So T3M4 is our little astromech buddy, and let's see what he came with. He came with some upgrades already. He's got a stun ray and a shield disruptor, along with droid light plating type 1 and an energy shield level 1. He's got no... We haven't received any droid upgrades yet, but we are going to outfit him with these blasters to start with, because he is a 2-weapon fighter, I believe. One of the things people don't really know in Knights of the Old Republic, in terms of T3's feats, which I'm going to switch to right now, he's dead center. Of course, he's a droid, so he's got a neutral alignment. Droid, level 3, expert droid is his class. I don't know why they just didn't call it astromech. Vitality 30 out of 30, defense 17, strength of 10, dexterity 15 plus 2. Pretty good little shooter. Constitution of 14, he's tough-ish. Intelligence of 20, as you'd expect in a computer. Wisdom of 10, charisma of 10. Not a particularly attractive droid. I mean, why... I'm surprised they didn't make this his dump stat. They've like gone to the trouble saying, okay, Zalbar is ugly, but T3 is apparently, he's just neutral, he's okay, he's a 5 out of 10. Okay. Wisdom, I mean, droids don't have any wisdom. Those things should both be in the negatives. And anyway. Fortitude 3, Reflex 5, and Will of 1. And, let's check his abilities, eh? Skill rank of 6, a bonus of plus 6. That's computer use. Total rank of 12, because it's his class skill. Demolitions. He's got a rank of 1, plus 6 bonus to a total rank of 7, so he's good at computers. Nothing in stealth. He has an awareness rank of 3, total rank of 3. He has nothing in persuade, as it should be. Repair rank of 6. So computer use and repair so far are his best skills. And surprisingly, security is not one of his strong points. He's got a skill rank of 6 and a bonus of +1 to a total rank of 7, but he's still good at it. I mean, the best things that he would be good at would be repair and computer use. I'm kind of shocked that he's not good at demo as well, but I guess not. Treat injury and nothing, because it's not an important skill for a droid. Feats, he has caution. This feat gives a +1 skill point bonus to both demolitions and stealth. He's got gearhead, +1 skill point bonus to repair, security use, and computer use. He's got weapon proficiency, blaster pistols, a feat that gives basic training to the use of a standard blaster pistol weapon types. He's got droid upgrade class 1. As a droid gains experience, its programming becomes more adaptable to new situations. This allows it to accommodate more sophisticated upgrades. Droid upgrade class 1 allows the use of level 1 upgrade items. And also blaster integration. Prerequisites, utility droid. This feat gives adaptable T3M4 unit the ability to integrate blasters into its weapon systems. Special universal ports allow internal placement of most models of blaster pistol, tapping the energy backpack and emitters as though factory installed, right. And a combat logic upgrade. Prerequisites droid. This droid is fitted with the most basic combat programming, allowing for simple but effective defenses and maneuvers. The feat grants +2 to defense and is always active. I could have swore he actually had 2-weapon fighting to begin with, but I guess he does not. But anyway, he needs to be leveled up, so let's go back to his character page and level him. Attributes. So what would he benefit most from is what I need to figure out. Well, that'd be dexterity. Might as well get him a +3 modifier to hit if he's going to be using 2 weapons. And skills. We're going to keep him going with what he has, basically. We're going to put 1 in there, 1 in there, and then 1 in there. And we will save the last point until next level up. Yes. We'll accept. He has another level up. Skills. Again, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 there. And we have 2 remaining points. We could put another point into awareness, or we could save it again. I guess we'll put 1 into awareness as well. And level up again. Skills. 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. We will save that point again. And then feats, finally. And you got a tactician logic upgrade, which is the next basic feat. Having witnessed the effects and actions of the actions of combat firsthand, the droid is able to self-upgrade their defensive algorithms. This feat grants +4 to defense. It is always active. This feat replaces the combat logic upgrade. It's just a better version. We've got some choices. Okay, so I could give him another +1 with blaster pistols. Eventually, probably. Most likely. Or we could get him with the 2-weapon fighting. That's going to be most useful right now. Let's get him down that track to begin with to start. Surprised he actually doesn't have dueling. You would think you could... Well, I mean, why would you? No, there'd be a reason why you'd want to. Like, if you wanted the defensive bonuses off of dueling, I suppose. Though, I mean, he's the same size, whether he has 1 gun or 2. Like, dueling you can kind of make the argument for because you're a human being. You might know how to, I don't know, turn your body a certain way to become more defensive. Whatever the bonus is for dueling. The way that you move... If you're operating with 1 weapon, but for a droid, I mean 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. He's incredibly stable no matter what he's using. Okay, we accept that. And he has another level up. Skills. Repair. Computer use. And security. We have 2 left over. Dump it into awareness. And he's got a droid upgrade class of 2, which is what? Feats. As a droid gains experience at programming, becomes more adaptable to new situations. This allows it to accommodate more sophisticated upgrade. Droid upgrade class 2 allows for the use of level 1 and level 2 upgrades. Good, good, good. Hey, buddy.
Sure.
What do you have to say? Anything? Hey, I'm talking to you. Wow, that's an awkward angle. You know what? Let's just adjust so the camera isn't quite so cancerous. Beep, beep, beep. I want to ask you some questions. Beep, boop, woo. You don't even know what I was going to ask. Weep, boop, beep, beep. Just chime in if you ever have any advice. Beep, boop. You don't talk much, do you? Weep, boop, beep, beep. Never mind. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, some quality writing from Bioware there, I gotta say. Back again, I see. Well, I never turned down a potential customer away yet. Interested in seeing what I have in stock? Yes, as a matter of fact. Due to the quarantine, I was unable to get stuff and things. Okay. So, she's got some stuff. We can upgrade T3 right now. Honestly, I don't really see the point because I'm not going to be using him for much of anything. And it's so expensive. It's like this... It grants him another feat, basic targeting computer, but like, why? What does it... It's a +1 bonus for 500 credits. It's a lot of money. Demolitions +2. Again, we're not going to be using him for demolition, so that's useless. These were added by the mod that I made myself. 2 items that were cut from the game that have been added back, and they do the same thing, but they have different descriptions. I figured, you know, there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're not balanced, but they're back in for a little bit more flavor. Both give awareness +2. Heater probe. I imagine we're going to be finding some of these things, so I just don't see the point. Environment shield. I could get an oil slick for him. That's another one of the things added back in. Other than that, I mean, better armor might be worth getting, but I'm not going to use him in the base, so why am I even entertaining the idea? Let's go. Let's do this. Okay, just had to check to see if we were recording there, and we are. I get so nervous when I have to do multiple takes. I have to, like, make double sure, because there were episodes where I recorded the whole thing and I was really satisfied, and I'm like, oh, it wasn't recording! Also, badass Sith starfighters here. Mac has never just seen these designs before, and definitely wouldn't want to be facing them. That is so cool. When I saw that for the first time, it blew me away that video games could do things like this, I suppose. Because I had been playing on, you know, Infinity Engine stuff, 4 megabyte graphics card, before being exposed to KotOR was pretty much the first new quote-unquote game. You know, circa 2005, I think, is when I got my machine that was capable of handling modern games, at least modern for the time. Anything that was 3D, basically. Here we are. I'm going to actually save here, because you never know what might happen. Yes, overwrite that. Alright, T3, do your magic. Yeah. Doesn't even give us a skill check. And that's all we needed him for. That was the entire purpose of buying this droid. We needed him to open a door when we probably could have got through it with Mission, because Mission has, I think, the same security skill. What, buddy? You kind of smoking there. You all right? You okay? You okay? Okay. You good? All right. Let's swap him out. Party selection. Remove. We don't need him. We need Garth. Let's go. Save again. What the hell? And in we go.